Hey everybody, no bow tie here. Thanks for joining me. These videos are about strengthening your ability to do other stuff. I'm going to show you some technical exercises that in and of themselves, they are not musical. But they are going to, they're going to be foundational in making everything that you play easier. If you're a beginner, this will help your chord changes. This will help you with some of your soloing or whatever you're picking at. If you're somebody who's more dedicated than that, these will strengthen you like you will not believe. Especially, it's going to strengthen this part of the hand, which doesn't get addressed nearly enough. We usually do everything with these three. We're going to talk about this a lot. And the more that these are equal, the better the whole hand is. And if you're advanced, we're going to take you up a level. We're going to challenge you. So the four aspects of technique that I'm going to address in the series are arpeggios, string crossings, scales, and slur techniques. Those, everything kind of boils down to those four. And if you get good at all of these, again, everything else is easier. Today, I'm going to look at the string walking, or string crossing, I should say. String crossing is all about knowing the territory of the guitar, where the strings are, how to get to them, without having to think so much. And again, that's if you're changing chords, or if you're playing a classical, there's string crossing involved in all playing. So let's get going. I'm going to show you what's called the walk. I call it the walk. Show you a little bit of it. Okay, now this is going to give you some communication between your fingers, and they're going to do what you say when you get this exercise going. I've benefited from this one so much that every time I play the guitar, I start with this. I do not leave it out. I do it religiously. So what I've got going on here, I'm going to go slow now and point out every finger and every string. That I'm starting on the first fret, and I'm playing. Both fingers are staying on the first fret. I'm going 6th string, 5th string, 4th, 3rd, 2nd, 1st. All with fingers 1 and 2. And then I go back. I call this the string walk because they're literally stepping over each other. Okay, I'll do that again. Okay, a couple of important things, and I'll think these things as we're going. A couple of important things are always play perfectly. And yes, you can. If you can't play the notes perfectly, you're going too fast, okay? And it's okay to slow down. Exercise perfect playing so that later on you can speed that up and you'll be ready for it. Now let me show you fingers 2 and 3. Again, I'm going to stay on the same fret. I'm going to stay on the 2nd fret. But now I'm going to be using fingers 2 and 3. And this is where it gets more fun because we're not so coordinated with 2 and 3. So I'll show you this. We've got 2nd fret with the 2nd finger starting. And as I go down, I'm going to go 3rd finger, 2nd finger, 3rd finger, 2nd finger, skipping the string to one string to another. It's that easy. Now I'm going to go on. The next one is going to be fingers 3 and 4. You guessed it. I'm going to go to the 3rd fret. And not only is this one more fun, but it's a little bit challenging. And this is where you're going to strengthen 3 and 4. Matter of fact, if you're a beginner, you might finally notice that you have a 4th finger because it's going to get tired. Here we go. Let them ring. Sometimes a student will ask, well, how long should I let the note ring? And I basically give the same answer. Let the note ring until the next note is played. Okay, so again, I always like to think every note is my best note. You know, like pearls on a string. You want every one of them to be perfect. So we've got the layout. Now I'm going to show you the set again. This is going to be called one set. So we've got... Okay, for the second set, I go to the second fret and I do the exercise again. So now I'm first finger, second fret, and I walk the same way. Okay, if you're a beginner, this speed right here is good. Play the notes perfectly. And if you're advanced, be sure you're playing them really well before you start speeding up. We all like to impress ourselves. Okay, so that's the second set. The third set, of course, you'd go to the third fret with the first finger and you do all three combinations again. For the beginner, I would say just stay in this area and do it until your hand is tired and then stop. You don't really want to wear things out. If you're in the medium area where you're getting more serious about the guitar, maybe measure every day how far you get up the neck and challenge that. And also at some point go ahead and put some speed in it. If you're advanced, all the way up, all the way down every day. Okay, so this is the goal for the beginner one day. All the way up, all the way down. And this is how I start my day. I just walk through it. Go all the way up, and I generally go to the 12th fret. And it gets a little harder up here because the frets are smaller. And then I turn it around. And by turn it around, I mean I go 4 and 3, 2 and 3, 1 and 2, and then I go down a fret, 4 and 3, 2 and 3, 1 and 2, and then of course 4 and 3 at the 10th fret, working my way down. When I get finished, I'm always looser, more warmed up, but most of all, I have a feel for the neck now. You know, the size of the frets, the spacing of the strings, and I'm ready to go. I also, over time, and you'll notice this, and even the advanced players, if you're an electric player, this is going to challenge this part of your fingers. Go ahead and do that. You will notice your playing improving, and the things you already know how to play will get easier, which is what this is all about. So, okay, I think that's going to conclude this series. And by the way, these exercises, I think, are brought to us. We have Pepe Romero to thank. I'm pretty sure. So if there is credit to give, I think that's where I learned them 30 years ago. I don't quite remember, but so have a nice day and build strength. Always improve. It's fun to get better. If you have any questions, contact me at john@svobodaguitar.com, and we'll put a little blip up so you can write that down. My last name's hard to spell, but just call with any questions that you have, and I'll help you with it. Thank you.